Hello, good morning. First of all, just want to give a little apology. I live next to Donington Racetrack and East Midlands Airport, and there's a lot of noise today, so I'm really sorry if you pick any of that up. Also, my garden is very busy with birds. They're all producing at the moment, so I've got a lot of chicklets talking to their mothers. So I'm sorry, I mean, it's lovely noise, but if it does get a little bit in the way, I do apologise. What we're going to do today is a beautiful Greet the Day yoga. So you could actually start this practice being in bed and just doing it on the top of your sheets if you don't want to get out of bed so quickly. But it's such a lovely thing to do. I am an energy healer. I work with Chinese meridians, the yogic philosophy, things to do with Buddhism. I like the Christian, some part of the Christian aspects. There is different things like Reiki that I've studied. There is things, herbalism, aromatherapy, crystals, primal therapy. So I've got a lot of different skills that I like to bring to the mat. So there's going to be a lot of that included in today. I also need to give a bit of a thank you, because some of the skills come from a lady named Donna Eden, and she's an energy healer that lives in America, and has got such a great sort of system that she uses for energy healing. So if you want to look her up, she is really good. So I've kind of used some of her skills today, because I do a lot of her skills on a daily basis. So we're going to start quite relaxed on the mat, and just going to bring your fingers into a nice position. The reason that these are what we call mudras. By bringing our finger and thumb together in this way, and with the palms facing up, we're talking about bringing wisdom and knowledge into the body, with truth of the universe, and we're also taking energy into the body. So it's a very nice sort of process just to sort of bring that energy into clarity within you. Just going to close your eyes. And just take your attention to the tip of your tailbone on the ground. Just take a couple of breaths which are really kind of relieving. We want to allow the hips to drop in towards the ground, but without slumping the back. So keeping a nice straight vertebrae. Obviously, if you're in a bed, you can sit on a cushion. If you're on the ground, you can bring a cushion or a block underneath your bum just to give you that lift. But just taking the attention to the tailbone. Now, in this position, I just want you to picture at the base of your tailbone roots coming from the tailbone, golden roots that are spreading and going into the ground, getting longer and longer and sprouting more roots all the way into the ground, into the earth below you, across the ground in front of you. And keep searching down through the earth, picture them going down, visualising them until they hit water. And just let those the roots dangle in that water. And maybe you want to imagine that the water's got a golden flow to it, golden light and energy, and it's being absorbed up through the roots and into the body. It's just going to make you feel more grounded and ready for the day. And then just picture at the base of your tailbone a sort of like a swirling galaxy in a clockwise direction, a red, bright light, a ruby red light, based at the bottom of your tailbone, and it's just going to feel like it's swirling in a clockwise direction. And it's nice and bright, and it's getting wider and spreading out from the tailbone, out across the room. And for a moment, you might want to note how quickly that moves, how quickly it spins, or how slowly it spins, whichever works for you. But just not trying to fashion it, just noting. And just continue to breathe in a way that's just relaxed and not forced. So just nice breaths in, and feeling the abdominal rise and feeling it sink as you exhale. Or perhaps you take the attention to your nose and you can feel the cool air as you breathe in and the warm air as you exhale. Very relaxed, with no real thought, just thinking primarily of the roots and the red light, but kind of not being very present to what's going on for a moment, just really letting the mind drift. can keep your eyes closed or you can open them. And all we want you to do is very gently just drop the hands down onto the knees and just begin to circle through the body. So what we're going to feel is that the lower back is starting to open. It's going to stimulate digestion. It's going to open up the lower back, release any tension and help us to feel grounded. So just going round. And the breath is still nice and long and natural. And we're going to do this for as long as we feel we need to wake the body in that area up. And we can change our direction if we want. You might find though, if you change direction, it doesn't feel right. And that's okay. Just going to turn back, go the way you came before. And just really nice and gentle. And just let your head have some movement. Let's wake the head up slightly. And we're just going to take the tip of our nose in front of us and just draw with the tip of our nose a very small 10p piece, or if you're watching in America, a dime. I think that's the right, maybe a quarter. And just with the tip of our nose, just in one direction. All we're doing with this is the muscles in the very top of the spine, just keep going, are just gently internally being massaged all around the top of the spine into the base of the skull. Very, very subtle. And you might find your sinuses start to release, and you might find your eyes feel a bit better, if you've got eye pressure or pain. And let's take the nose in the opposite direction. Our occipital nerve is in the back of our head here, and if we're under compression or uncomfortable, or we slept on well, it can actually affect the way the eyes are, and it can give us headaches and things. So just using this tiny motion just to release some of that tension and just clear any blockages, any energetic blockages within the head. We let one ear drop down to the shoulder, but rather than concentrating on the drop, I want you to imagine this kind of a helium balloon on the ear, and it's lifting you up. It's going to lift up through your spine very gently and lift you up towards the ceiling, and it's just going to increase that stretch in the neck, but not forcing anything. Just take a nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, just let that chin and the roll down and the cheek down towards the collarbone there, and just hold there for a second. Relax the other shoulder, really tease. No rush, we're not forcing, this is not a forceful yoga class, it's very relaxed. And then gently come back up, and we're going to do the same on the other side, so ear just down towards that shoulder, but think about that pulling of the other ear up towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Let your shoulder kind of drop gently. Just let that position hold for a second. In and out breath. You can close your eyes, you can have them open. And let that cheek roll down towards the collarbone. And just let that channel open. And then gently roll your ear back over your shoulder and then back up. And just going to drop your chin down towards your chest, and with the tip of your nose, you're just going to draw figures of eights, quite large figures of eights on the ground in front of you, imaginary figures of eights. Just feeling the lower, the neck and the nape of the head, just all around that area slightly opening up. And change your direction, let's take it in the opposite direction. You might feel like you need to increase it. And then let your head move anywhere where it feels kind of needs to. And you might find your shoulders want to now get involved. So let them just move. Just let them rotate backwards. You kind of want to move your shoulders, but feel like there's an oscillation down your spine. So what's happening is moving all the way down to the tip of your tailbone and all the way to the top of your head. But it looks like the shoulders are doing the work, but actually there's so much more going on than you can see. And you can make that as big or as small as you want. Make sure your breath continues. Now, you might not be able to hear this necessarily, or you might not be the same for you, but if you lift your hands over your head and just move from side to side, a bit of a click in the back, and let your arms come down and back up again. This this is going to target deep into the lungs as well, and you might find as you actually spin round, you can feel air coming out as you move. You probably can't hear it, but it's all that expelled old air sitting at the base of your lungs, just old air, but just any of that nooks and crannies in the lungs, just helping them move. Let that go, and then just stretch up. You're awake, it's the morning. Let your back move, let your arms move, and just start to rotate through the shoulders again. Feeling the spine nice and long, and then bring yourself back down, and that might prompt you just to move. Again, we're just going to take the feet out in front of us and just let those feet begin to wake up. Chinese meridians and energy healing comes in through the fingers, through the toes. It's actually one meridian, but it breaks down 14 times. So at the start and finish point, most of these breaks are within the fingers and within the toes. So what we're actually going to do is by opening up the feet like this and spreading the toes and getting the hands involved as well, we're kind of waking up those meridians. One of the most beautiful things you can do is actually bring the fingertips together and rub them. It's very invigorating. Nice cleansing breath. And a release, and let those fingers go. Just bring your fingers to your toes and just let them move and open on each toe. You might want to tweak the end of your toes. I like to push them forward and I like to pull them back, and at the back of your toes here where they join into the knuckles of the feet, it affects the sinuses. So if they're nice and open, it's going to help clear that area of your body. Reflexology. So fascinating, reflexology, and how your feet affect the rest of your body. It really, really is interesting. So paying some attention to your feet is one of the most beautiful things you can do. Pushing your feet forward. Feels really good. Taking them back again, opening up the back of your toes. And we're going to take our thumbs and we're going to place them just underneath the pad of the foot in the middle there. And just press. I'll do it on this side first so you can probably see it better. Just going to press the two thumbs on top and just a little bit of pressure in and just up into the pads of your feet. Hold that position. This is where your kidney meridian starts. And we know the kidneys biologically, they help clean your blood, keep you refreshed. But in the Chinese philosophy, there's a lot to do with the qi here and this point. And by just pressing, it brings life into the body, it clears energy blockages, helps that movement of that qi. So just holding here, you can breathe in, and as you exhale, a little bit more pressure applied, or you can just hold it very still. One of the best things you can do is actually bring your fingers together and push into the base of the foot with the fingers. However, some people find it's a bit uncomfortable for their fingers, so just having the thumbs there. And also, I've had in the past problems with my lungs, and the lung meridian is in the thumb. So I kind of like to bring those two, bring life to my lungs. That's how I think about it. And then we're going to bring it onto the other side, and we're going to do the same on the other side. You can use the other thumb as the bottom thumb. Again, you can use your fingers if you want. No problem. Kind of relaxing into it. Relax the features on your face. You just woke up. There's no need to be under any pressure. You can see already on my other foot, my toes want to move, that the energy wants to move within my feet. I'm going to have to let it. And then I'm going to have to do that on the other side as well. Feels really good. So we're going to bring the hands over the top of the ankles. This is one done at Eden's. We're going to take it over the top. We're going to take the palm of the hand to the palm of the foot and wrap the fingers around the little toe. We're going to hold on to this point. We're going to cross the arms over. I'm going to inhale and just let the weight come forward again. And this is just crossing energy over the body. Waking up the spleen, waking up the kidneys. Just 3 times. And you can see with my breath there, all I was doing is breathing in as I lifted and exhaling as I let go. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to bring it. Trying to work out which is the best way. Put your hand on the ankle. Bring the hand over the top of the foot, and we're going to bring it in again, and we're just going to take that breath in and exhale and inhale, exhale Be a very high lift, it's just, and let that go. And then slide your foot out again and just let that go. Just bring your hands to the base of your foot. Just want you to bring your hands and pull your knee in towards your chest, and then push your foot into your hands so it really opens up the back of your shoulders. So breathe in. Exhale, bring your knee back. Inhale, pulling back out. Open up the back of the shoulders, big stretch. And last time, exhale. Inhale. And in the last of the breath, see if you can bring your leg to straight. Doesn't have to be straight, but just opening up the channels down the back of your legs. And then release. And then we're going to come on to the other side. Bring the foot in, squeeze that in. Exhale. Open through the back of the shoulders. And again. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, nice big stretch. And then take that foot up and open the back of the knee. And then release and come back down. And just let those feet go. And again, you might feel the need to rotate your shoulders. What's interesting is I've had a blocked throat chakra, and every time I do these energy healing things, my voice becomes croaky. So it's obviously there's movement through the energy here. Just let the head rotate and release. Okay, just have a nice breath in and out. Let the breath go. And we're just going to bring the fingers up to the third eye on the top of the head. You can have the legs straight out, just because I'm moving on my mat. And we're just going to tap the top of the head, take a breath in. Part the lips, let the breath go. And a bit more, let it really go. And again. Let it go. Last time. Let it go. That's where your bladder meridian starts, really refreshing. It helps soothe the nervous system. Tapping on the side of the head here into the temples, breathing in. Let the breath go. And again. Let that breath go. And a bit more. Last time. And let it go. And a bit more. Now we're going to come underneath the eyes and just very lightly tap, just all the way across, just back again. This is where your stomach meridian brings. And if you've got sort of dark circles underneath your eyes, or you have sluggish digestion, this is going to really wake that up and get rid of fluid in the face. So big deep breaths in. Only very lightly. You might even want to do it with your ring fingers. Exhale. And again. It's very delicate skin around the eyes. Exhale. Last time. And this is for men and women, not just for women. So if this is going to help anybody wake up their energy for their body. And I'm going to have to be careful that I don't damage my microphone that's on here, but we're just going to tap on the chest here, on the kidney, where the kidney, we've already talked about the start of the kidney, we're coming to the top point of the kidney, so we're going to breathe in, let that breath go, and again, let that breath go. Now come to your chest, and we're just going to tap on the chest. And you can be as hard. Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else feels this, but sometimes I feel like my chest is empty. Like I really want to wake up, there's a big void in my chest, and if I do this, I can feel that buzz inside my chest, and I feel so energized, I feel so much better about life. So big deep breaths in. It's going to get really invigorated for the day. And again. And let that go. And then you're going to take nice long fingers, so you're making sure you hit the point underneath the chest. You're going to tap at the bottom of the rib cage from side to side. You might even find there's a point which feels nice, so you want to go there. There you go. Let it go. Last time. And let it go. We're just going to bring the energy from one side of the body to the other, so you're just going to sweep off and off. And make Make sure that energy is talking on either side of the body and it's equal. Equaling up the masculine and feminine of the body, which I'm not going to explain in this video, but let's keep that going. And bring one hand out in front, thumb upside down, palm towards the side. Do the same. Take them over the top, link the fingers together, and you're just going to bring them into the heart and just give them a little bit of a hug. You might feel a little buzz through the body as you're doing it. Smile. Because when you smile, it brings in more energy and it increases the amount of energy, the good vibrations in your body. So big smiles.